Who is Venus in Pisces compatible with? The planet Venus is an important thing to look at in an astrological chart for assessing relationship compatibility. Venus rules the things that a person values, including love and money. Venus, like any of the planets, is expressed more easily in some zodiac signs than in others. Venus is exalted in the sign of Pisces. If Venus was in Pisces on the day you were born, you value compassion, and you love with emotional and perhaps even spiritual intensity. If you have Venus in Pisces, your best compatibility matches are partners who have Venus in Capricorn or Venus in Taurus. Looking at the characteristics of the sign of Pisces reveals additional possibilities. Let's talk about the Pisces basics. Remember that each zodiac sign is associated with a season, a mode, is it in the beginning, middle, or end of a season, and an element. Each zodiac sign is also ruled by at least one planet or luminary. Pisces season is winter, with mutable mode, which is the end sign in its season. Pisces is also one of the water elements, and ruled by planets Jupiter and Neptune. Let's move on to the Venus basics. Venus stays within two signs of the Sun in terms of relative position to Earth. That means people who have Venus in Pisces can have the Sun in only the following signs: Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, or Taurus. Since we are done with Pisces and Venus basics, let's move on to the first best match, and that is Venus in Pisces with partners Venus in Capricorn or Taurus. Capricorn and Taurus are the Earth signs closest to water sign Pisces. The four elements, fire, earth, air, and water, typically break down into two groups of two, fire and air, and earth and water. Older astrology texts often refer to fire and air signs as masculine and water and earth signs as feminine. In today's world where people of all genders are able to express a broader variety of roles and traits, perhaps a better way to understand the difference between the two groups of signs is to look at their focus. Water and earth signs tend to be interested in security and in maintaining the structure that exists. This can include the domestic stay-at-home parent, but it can also include the sort of person who looks for a job that is stable and guaranteed. No matter what happens in the world, industries like education, healthcare, food, and banking aren't going anywhere. Those lines of work are therefore full of earth and water sign people of all genders. Fire and air signs are interested in innovating and exploring. Even if they are found in stable industries, they find the wilder parts of those industries. While an earth or water sign person might be happy with a financial job that involves managing conservative investments for retired people, a fire or air sign person might get curious about the riskier side of the financial industry like options trading. Similarly, the fire or air sign worker in the healthcare industry might gravitate toward experimental therapies. As in the theory underlying Chinese medicine, there's yang within the yin. The theory of yin and yang, as described by the traditional Chinese Medicine World Foundation, works well for understanding the difference between the fire and air signs and the earth and water signs. Yang is the outwardly focused energy of fire and air signs, and yin is the inwardly focused energy of earth and water signs. As water tends to take the shape of its container, the water signs tend to look for containment in the people or circumstances around them. Venus in Pisces will therefore find the containment of Venus in Capricorn calming. Venus in Pisces has a tendency to drown in the depths of the whole world's suffering, but Venus in Capricorn could help Venus in Pisces come up with some sort of practical plan to address the whole world's suffering. Meanwhile, Venus in Pisces could help Venus in Capricorn get perspective that there are bigger things in life than their own personal ambitions for earthly success. Venus in Taurus also contains Venus in Pisces, but the Venus in Taurus approach has more to do with relaxing than ambition. Venus in Taurus works to live rather than living to work as Venus in Capricorn does. Venus in Taurus would therefore help Venus in Pisces get grounded in their physical body by means of pleasant sensory experiences like massages or tasty food. Venus in Taurus can get so caught up in their own personal enjoyment of such things that Venus in Pisces pushing them to look at the bigger picture can be good for them. However, Venus in Pisces will be a much more effective champion for whatever their cause is after Venus in Taurus has taken care of them a bit. Before we proceed with the following best matches, please don't forget to hit the like button. The second best match is Venus in Pisces with partners Venus in water signs. The three water signs, all of which focus on the emotional world, are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. While Venus in Cancer can become insular, narrowly focused on their own needs and those of their close family, a Venus in Pisces partner could encourage Venus in Cancer to broaden their outlook and extend compassion to a broader circle. Venus in Pisces, however, would secretly appreciate the more direct nurturing Venus in Cancer gives. Venus in Pisces tends to love in a generous enough way that even Venus in Scorpio's calculating, paranoid mind might come to question whether there is more to life than calculating and paranoia. Venus in Pisces would have trouble admitting this, but Venus in Pisces also benefits from Venus in Scorpio's awareness of the dark side of life. Would two Venus in Pisces people together be heaven on earth? They might get so caught up in their ideals surrounding heaven or whatever else that they would have a lot of difficulty coping with practical matters here on earth. They would at least enjoy each other's company enough to be able to sort out the problems that did arise, though. We have reached the third and the last best match, which is Venus in Pisces with partners Venus in other mutable signs. The other mutable signs besides Pisces are Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius. All four mutable signs live on the transition from one season to another, in terms of what time of year the sun goes through them. Venus doesn't move from sign to sign at exactly the reliable times that the sun does, but Venus travels no more than 2 signs away from the sun at any given time. In the seasons of the northern hemisphere, Pisces marks the transition from the cold of winter to the promise of spring, and Gemini marks the transition from the potential of spring to the abundance of summer. Venus in Pisces therefore has an optimism that matches Venus in Gemini's abundant outlook. The challenge for these two is that Venus in Pisces may have an emotional intensity that overwhelms Venus in Gemini. Meanwhile, Virgo marks the transition from summer to fall, from a time of abundance to a time of worrying about having enough to get through the winter. Venus in Pisces and Venus in Gemini are too optimistic for Venus in Virgo. The sign of Sagittarius is moving from fall to winter, but it is ruled by Jupiter and generally coincides with holiday party season when the sun goes through it every year. Venus in Virgo is therefore a difficult match with Venus in Pisces. Venus in Pisces and Venus in Sagittarius share a sense of passion and drama. Both are curious about life's big questions and enjoy going on adventures. Venus in Pisces, always wanting to be kind, might get triggered by the bluntness of Venus in Sagittarius, but might also sense the underlying good intentions. Since we are done with the best matches, let's talk about the rest of the signs. The signs that have not been covered yet are Aries, Leo, Libra, and Aquarius. Aries and Leo are fire signs, and Libra and Aquarius are air signs. Aries and Aquarius are the signs on either side of Pisces. As noted previously, Venus can be no more than 2 signs apart from the Sun. There are therefore many Venus and Pisces people with the Sun in Aries or Aquarius. There are also many people with Venus in Aries or Aquarius who have the Sun in Pisces. If at least one of these situations applies to a couple where one has Venus in Virgo and the other has Venus in Leo or Libra, incompatibility is not a huge concern. Venus in Aquarius and Venus in Aries both tend to be emotionally awkward and therefore not good at relating to the emotional intensity of Venus in Pisces. For Venus in Aries, the cause of the awkwardness is a short attention span, so Venus in Aries would at least flit away from an uncomfortable situation quickly. Venus in Aquarius, however, would have the stamina to hang around longer and make the situation worse by trying to analyze it intellectually. Venus in Leo, like fellow fire sign Venus in Aries, can be boisterous, and that would grate on Venus in Pisces. However, Venus in Pisces and Venus in Leo share a sense of romanticism. Libra is one of the 2 signs Venus rules, and Venus is exalted in Pisces. Even though Pisces shares neither element nor mode with Libra, Venus and Pisces might not be that bad with Venus and Libra, because they have in common that Venus is happy in that sign. Venus in Pisces and Venus in Libra have a sense of idealism in common, though the emotional excesses of Venus in Pisces might overwhelm Venus in Libra. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.